Hello, hello. Welcome to Tabata. Do a couple things here. I'm just going to share my screen for a few moments. All right. All right. Sharing the screen here for a few minutes. Got 12 o'clock on the dot right now. We will get started in 1 or 2 minutes as people come in. For Tabata today, no equipment needed, all body weight moves, total body focus. We've got 4 Tabatas. We're gonna alternate between a cardio leg focused Tabata and a arm core focused Tabata. It's gonna be a good time. (12:01), just another minute here. All righty. Stopping my share here. Okay. So like I said before, welcome to Tabata. My name is Petey. I'm coming at you from Boston College Campus Recreation. For Tabata today, 1 Tabata is 8 rounds, 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna do 4 Tabatas total in this class. So all body weight here. The first Tabata is gonna focus on cardio and legs. The second Tabata is gonna focus on arms and core. And then we're gonna repeat those 2 for our 4 full sets. There we go, words, we got this. All right, so before we get into the exercises that you are going to do, we're gonna get started warming up. I'm gonna go ahead and post our Spotify playlist in the chat. Whew, I'm really not able to talk today. All right. I'm back, there we go. Spotify playlist is in the chat. The theme today is a little bit of classic rock. All right, so if you're following along with that playlist with me, let's go ahead and get that started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find some space. We're gonna start warming up. All right. So starting with some stretches first. My favorite is the hip flexor stretch. You're gonna come into a lunge position, one knee down and lean forward into the stretch. You can also take opposite hand over the top of the body. Leaning forward into that stretch. Go ahead, switch the legs. Other leg goes forward. Again, we lean into the stretch. We really want to target the hip flexors, the quad. Keep the chest up and proud. Posture is good. Taking the arm over. All right, coming out of that, we're moving into a standing position. We want legs out nice and wide. We're gonna start with some torso twists here. Just working some movement into the body, getting nice and warmed up. Start to think about your breathing. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Think about squeezing in between the shoulder blades. Activate that postural muscle. What we are going to do next, I want you to sweep the hands back behind you and on the way up, take a little bit of a back bend. So we're warming up the thoracic spine here. Try and keep the hips stable, core braced. We just don't have a bend in the upper back. There we go. Warming up the arms as well with the swings. Awesome. And then find your arms out wide. We're going to go for a windmill next. So hinging at the hips, taking one arm down to the ground, and then switch. So we're turning on the back of the legs here. We are also turning on the thoracic spine, just like we were doing before. Working some rotation and some hip hinge. Awesome, moving on, go ahead and pull a knee up to the chest, hold for a second, and then release back down, switching legs. So a little bit of moving, stretching here. Tapping into the glutes, the hamstrings. Keep that chest nice and proud. Start to turn on your balance. Awesome. And then we're going back, so we're grabbing a shoelace, stretching out the quad for just a second, and then switching. So when you think about turning on your balance, I want you to think about spreading your toes out in your shoe. It's actually going to help you grip the ground a little bit better. Awesome. One more here. Let's go for, some inchworm walks. So what we're going to do here, stretch all the way up to the top. Hands go down to the floor. We walk all the way out into a plank position. One push up, and then walk the hands back in. Inchworm, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Walking it out, push up, walking it back in. If you gotta take the push up on your knees, go ahead and do it. Just get the body nice and warm here. Push up, and taking it back. All right, once you get your 3 inchworms done, we are shaking it out, arms and legs. I'm gonna go ahead and go through our exercises in our first Tabata. If you're still feeling a little bit cold, keep shaking out your arms, your legs, stay nice and light and loose, grab a stretch of anything that feels particularly tight. All right, so Tabata number 1, cardio and leg focus, 8 rounds, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Exercise number 1, we've got an alternating jumping jack. So as we're doing our jumping jacks, we're gonna take our hands out and then to the front, out to the front. So we're alternating the way that those hands go so we can get total arm work. Option here is to keep the hands alternating and just tap the legs for some low impact. Exercise number 2, we've got a sumo squat reach. So what I want you to do, heels way outside the hips, toes are pointed out, arms are loaded in the front like so. We're gonna squat down and then reach all the way to the top here. So we're extending through our body, squeezing the glutes as we drive up from that wide squat position. Exercise number 3, we've got a little Frankenstein run. So when you're doing your Frankenstein run, it's important to pull your toes towards your knees. Hands are out, and we're gonna kind of run like so. So I'm alternating, my hands are going over the top, and I'm just picking out my feet in front of me. Walking option here. Again, I'm flexing those feet, working a little bit of muscles on the front of the shins that help to prevent shin splints. Next up, we have a lateral lunge to a knee drive. We're gonna do one side for 1 round. So lateral lunge, and then we're bringing that knee up into the middle. A little bit of balance, turning on the core here. That's 1 round, then we're gonna do the other leg the next round. So driving off the outside of the foot there. If you don't wanna lift the knee, you don't have to. You can just stick with that lunge. Exercise number 6, we have a broad jump with a back pedal. So what I want you to do, feet outside the hips, load back through the hips, big jump forward, wide back pedal back. Now, if you're not jumping, that's okay. You're gonna do an unweighted swing. So what that looks like with the arms, we're gonna load into the heels, push the hips back, explode the hips forward. So I'm squeezing my hamstrings and my glutes, and that is our low impact option for the broad jump to back pedal. All right. Woo, I'm already out of breath. Exercise number 7, we have an alternating RDL. Looks like this. Standing leg stays nice and straight. The other leg rises up to the ceiling. Heel leads the movement. Squeezing our belly button into our spine, making sure the core is braced. And the last exercise of this Tabata is a 3-step sprint hold. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're holding that knee up, much like we did the lateral lunge. Marching option here. Getting a little bit of additional hip flexor strength in with our sprint. All right, shall we? Let's do it. Cardio legs, Tabata number 1. In 10 seconds, we start with our alternating jumping jack. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it. So ours are going to the side and then up. Keep alternating that jack. Hitting total arm work here. Option, tap it out. Keep alternating the arms. Nice work, nice work. Woo. Arms and legs are getting confused. Tabata number 1, we're still getting used to it. Stay with it, keep that chest proud, keep breathing. And time, 20 seconds of rest here. Next up, we have our sumo squat reaches. So you're going nice and wide, heels outside of the hips, outside of the shoulders. We're going in 8 seconds, load the hands in the front of the body like so. It's gonna keep your chest nice and proud. Ready? Go. Squat to reach. Sit those hips down and back. There we go. Knees drive out wide over the toes. You want to squeeze the glutes to keep the knees going out wide. Drive through the heels. Big glute contraction at the top here. 8 seconds to go. Also work. Pulling the belly button into the spine. 3, 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, we have our Frankenstein run. So again, arms extended, toes pulled towards the knees. Working really small muscles in the shin that are gonna prevent those shin splints. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Frankensteins. Try and keep the hands even with your shoulders. So I'm alternating which hand goes on top. My legs are kicking out in front of me. Walking option here. You keep the hands going. Keep the feet flexed. That's very important. Nice work, nice work. Keep breathing. We've got 10 seconds. Kicking those feet out in front of us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest there. Next up, we've got the right side lateral lunge to knee drive. So a little bit of strength, a little bit of balance here. Going in 10 seconds. Gather that breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Lateral lunge, hold the knee up. Drive through the outside of the foot, sit the hips back and down. It's okay if you're not getting very deep in this lunge. You're gonna get better the more times you do it. Try and keep that chest nice and proud. And if you don't wanna do the knee lift, you can just stay right here. 6 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo! Shake out the legs, 20 seconds to rest. Next round, we do the next leg. Woo! 10 seconds. Stay nice and light and loose in between the rounds. A little bit of dancing. All right, going in 3 seconds with the other leg. Ready? Let's do it. Lunge to knee drive. Now you may find that you feel more balance on one leg than the other. That's okay. Here we go. Most people have better balance on their non-dominant leg. So my right leg is my dominant leg, and I'm a little bit more wobbly on this side. That is okay. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, we have our broad jump to back pedal. Remember, your non-impact option is this swing, making sure we're hinging back through the hips, pushing our hips towards the wall behind us, and then exploding forward with hamstrings and glutes. Ready? Go. The impact option, broad jump, back pedal. Broad jump, back pedal. Nice big jump. You are loading through the hips. Send the hips back, drive them forward. Back pedal. Working on our explosiveness. Again, option, no impact here. Working the same muscle groups. 5 seconds. Nice job, nice job. 2, 1, time. Whew. Hands on the hips if you need some air. Next up, we were alternating RDL, bringing back that balance component. Woo. Going in 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. RDL. Again, it's okay if you're a little bit wobbly here. This is a balance challenge Take it slow and controlled. The goal is to keep your back flat. Back heel drives toward the ceiling. Whew. 10 seconds. We're using our glute and our hamstring to stand back up. Nice work, nice work. Time. Take that 20 seconds to rest. Our last exercise of Tabata number 1, we've got a 3-step sprint hold. So when you hold the knee up, especially above the hip like so, it targets those hip flexors, makes them stronger. 3, 2, 1, do it. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. So we're actually taking 3 steps. We're just holding that 3rd step there. Marching option 2. If you want to take that impact out of it. Still working the hip flexor strength, especially if you can get your knee above your hips. 6 seconds. Nice work, nice work. Time. All right, Tabata number 1, done. We've got a 1.5-minute break here. So grab some water if you need it, grab some air, take a lap. I'm gonna show you the exercises that are coming up next in our arm and core focused Tabata. Exercise number 1, we have a couple options here. All right, we've got a tricep push-up to a plank jack. You can do this one on the ground. To make it a little bit easier, you can also elevate the push-up on a chair, on a bed, on your couch, whatever you got. So we're gonna do a tricep push-up, hands in under the shoulders, elbows in tight, plank jack. So we're taking those feet out and in. Low impact option, tap, tap. You can also do the tricep push-up on your knees or with knees under hips. All right, round number 2, we've got a body weight reverse fly. Here's what this is gonna look like. Hinge at the hips, bend at the knees. We are working against gravity here, so the more we can get our torso parallel to the ground, the more work you're gonna get. We're gonna start with our hands in the middle, and we're gonna pull them out like so. So squeeze your fists to activate your arms. At the top, squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Little body weight reverse fly for you. It's stinky, watch out. Exercise number 3, we've got a plyo push-up. Here's what this looks like. We're gonna go for a regular push-up, hands outside the shoulders. Now, at the top of the push-up, I just want a little tiny hop. A little tiny hop. Now, options here. You can go knees under hips, little tiny hop. You can go knees or toes. You can also take the hop out of it and just hit a regular push-up. All right. Exercise number 4. We have an upper body pulse with the core. We're gonna be laying down on our back, feet planted into the ground, palms up towards the ceiling. We're taking the shoulder blades up off the mat and pulsing here, really targeting the upper part of the core. Exercise number 5. We got a tabletop core move. We're gonna start out in a plank position, keeping the hips relatively low. We wanna pull the knees under the hips and then send them back out. Walking in, walking out. Core stays braced, shoulders and hips stay square to the ground. Next up, we've got scissor kicks. Rolling back over on the back. If you need some support for the lower back, hands go right under that lower back for the scissors kicks. Both legs are as straight as they can be, and we're switching, just like so. So we targeted the upper core earlier, targeted the lower core here. All right. Exercise number 7. Check it out. We got a commando. So from the plank position, or I'm sorry, push up to plank, back up, and then we walk to the side. Down, up, walk. Now I'm doing this on my knees right now. You can also hit your toes, up and walk, down, up and walk, or you can do these things with knees under hips. Any option is a good option as long as you keep moving. Last exercise here is going to be a rotating plank. So you'll set up the plank with your elbows like equal sides. You can do this on the knees or the toes. We're going to open up to one side, take it back down, and then open up to the other side. Try to keep the hips in line with the body. All right. Breathing, should be feeling pretty good. Should be able to say your full name without stopping to take a breath. Let's do it. Arms and core Tabata. Tabata number 2. We'll reset your timer. We're going in 10 seconds with our tricep push-up to plank jack. Remember, tricep push-up, hands up the shoulders. Go for it. Push up, plank jack. Push up, plank jack. Keep those elbows in nice and tight. Check it out. Push up on the knees. Push up, come back up for a plank jack. Tapping option for the jack here. We got all kinds of options. Whatever you need to do to get through the round. Keep breathing. Time. 20-second rest here. Next up, our body weight reverse fly. So we're gonna set up with heels under hips. Hinge through the hips. Bend at the knees. Back is nice and flat. Hands start down in the middle. 3, 2, 1, go. Reverse fly. Here we go. So try and look about 6 feet ahead of you on the floor. It's gonna keep your neck in a neutral position. Squeeze your fists to activate your arms. Squeeze between your shoulder blades at the top. As you get tired, your shoulders are gonna wanna creep up towards your ears. Don't let them do that, keep them down. Awesome work, awesome work. 5 seconds, stay with it. And time, 20 seconds of rest here. Next up, we have our plyo push-up. So a little explosion off the ground. Knees, toes, or knees under hips. Going in 5, 4, hands outside the shoulders, 2, 1, go for it. Push up, little jump at the top. Again, if this is hard on the wrists, just take the hop out of it. Go for a regular push-up. Keep those elbows going diagonally back and down. Check out the knees under hip option. Here we go. Stay with it, stay with it. Keep breathing. 3 seconds. Time. 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, upper body pulse. We're laying on our backs. Feet planted on the ground. Waiting for that bell. Palms face up here. Go for it. So taking the shoulder blades off the bed and doing little tiny pulses up here. Don't let the shoulder blades return all the way down. We're going to keep them just a little bit lifted. Awesome work. Very important to breathe here. You should feel your core light on fire. Almost there, almost there. Time. 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, we have our tabletop core move. So we're starting in that plank position, walking the knees in, walking them back out. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. Slow and controlled is good here. Walk the knees in under the hips, walk them back out. Keep the hips and shoulders squared to the ground. Pull that belly button into the spine. Find stability. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You've got this. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Awesome work. Next up are scissor kicks. Laying on your back. Again, if you need some extra lower back support, you can take your hands under the lower back here. Go for it. Keeping the legs as straight as possible, switching it up. You can go as fast or as slow as you need to here. You want to make it through the whole round. Notice a little sneaky quad burn. Again, we're trying to keep the legs straight, but it's okay if you've got a little bend. I certainly do. Flexibility is not my thing. I'm working on it. We all should work on it. Everybody needs to stretch more. Time, 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, second to last exercise of this Tabata, commando to plank walk. So starting on knees, toes, knees under hips, we're gonna go from plank, or I'm sorry, push up to plank to up to walk. Ready? Let's do it. Down, up, walk. Down, up, walk. Now what I'm doing here is going down on my knees for the commando, popping back up to my toes for the plank walk. Totally cool. You can stay on the knees. We also have knees under hips right here. Or just walk the knees with the hands. Keep working, keep working. And time. 20 seconds to rest. Last round of Tabata number 2. We've got a rotating plank. 8 seconds to go. Setting up your forearms like an equal sign. Knees or toes. Go for it. Open up. Come back down. Open up to the other side. So I'm kind of turning on my feet here to open up in each direction. Totally okay to do these on the knees as well. Keep breathing. We want to keep the belly button pulled into the spine. We want to keep the hips level with the rest of the body. Awesome work, awesome work. Time. Tabata number 2, done. A minute and a half to rest here. Grab some water, take a lap, shake out anything that's starting to get tired. We're going to repeat the 2 Tabatas that we just did. So no new exercises, you've seen them all now, no surprises. We're gonna go back to our cardio and leg Tabata next. Grab some water. If you are grabbing water, make sure you are sipping and not chugging. Chugging will only get you a cramp. And Tabata is not fun with a cramp. We don't want to do that. Make sure you stay nice and light and loose. Whether you're just shifting your weight around or doing a little dancing. We got about 40 more seconds to rest here. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now, as you get tired, your body kind of wants to slump forward like this. Keep that posture engaged. Keep the squeeze in between your shoulder blades. Keep the belly button pulled into the spine. It's a good habit to get into. All right, we're going to 30 seconds. We're going to start with our alternating jumping jacks. I'm going to see if my feet can get with it. If your feet end up doing something different, that's okay. As long as you're moving, we're having a good time. 15 seconds. Resetting the clock. We go in 10 with our alternating jumping jacks. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hands out, hands in front. Out, in front. So we're doing like a lateral raise and then a front raise. Helping out the shoulders. Here we go, here we go. Stay with it. Oh, see, my feet are starting to mess up. That's okay, keep moving. Remember the tapping option here. Taking 1 foot out at a time. We've got 5 seconds to go. Nice job. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Guess what? Jumping jacks. Done. Next up, sumo squat reach. Going in 10 seconds. Heels way outside the hips and shoulders. Toes pointed out. Hands in front. 2, 1. Let's go. Squat, reach. See how low you can get that squat. Use your hip flexors. Use your abductors. Adductors, the muscles on the inside of your thighs, to pull you down into that squat. 10 seconds to go. Big reach at the top. You got this. Drive through the heels. Keep the knees out wide over the toes. 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have our Frankenstein runs. Have to give credit to my high school soccer coach, Coach Goodbread. She's who taught me these. Good stuff. High school soccer stays with you. 3, 2, 1. Frankenstein runs, let's go. So we're pulling the toes towards the knees. Very important for shin split prevention. Lower leg strength. Keep the hands out in front. Try and keep them shoulder level. Again, walking option here. When you're walking, it's super important to keep the feet flexed. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have our right side lateral lunge to knee drive. Going in 10 seconds. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. Lunge, knee drive. Try and keep that chest up nice and proud. We're sinking the hip back and down over the foot. Over the heel, really. We got 15 seconds to go. Totally okay to stay here if you don't want to lift the knee. Nice work, nice work. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Shake that leg out. 20 seconds to rest. Next round, other side. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth if you can. Get that breathing under control. Heart rate under control. Heart rate should be spiking up and down all through class. Go, other side. Lateral lunge, knee drive. So we're driving off the outside of the foot and the heel. You might feel a little stretch on the inside of this leg. That's okay. We've got 10 seconds to go. Keep that chest nice and proud. Pulling the knees straight up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have our broad jump to back pedal. Again, non-impact option. This is the swing here. In both exercises, we're using power for the back of our body, hamstrings and glutes. Ready? Go. Broad jump, back pedal. See how far you can get that jump. Now see how softly you can land. 20 seconds to go. Option here, remember, sticking with the swing. Reach the hips back. Drive them explosively forward. 6 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo! Hands on the hips if you need to breathe. Next up, second to last exercise, alternating RDL. Going in 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Reaching the heel back, using the glute and the hamstring to stand back up. Keep that back nice and flat. So if you only get to right here and then you feel your background, that's okay. Just go right here. It's okay to do limited movement to have really good form. We're going for quality here. Stay with it. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Last exercise of our cardio and leg Tabata. We've got our 3-step sprint hold. Make sure you pump those arms, whether you're marching or sprinting. Either way, the arms help. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. Try and spring off the ground. Be nice and explosive. Marching option here. Try and hold that knee above the hip level. We want to involve our hip flexors. 13 seconds. Awesome work. Awesome work. Keep it going. 8 seconds to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Awesome work. 1.5 minutes to rest. We got one more Tabata to go. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back for getting through the cardio part. Whew. One more Tabata to do. Our arms and core focus Tabata. Gonna make for a good day right there. So make sure you're moving around, staying nice and light and loose. Grabbing some water if you need it. If you need some extra air, hands on the hips or hands above the head. Gives your lungs more space to breathe. Remember, we're starting the next Tabata with the tricep push-up to plank jack. So if you need to get your chair, couch, outdoor bench, whatever you got going on. All right, we got about 30 seconds until we're rolling into our last Tabata. Whew. Maybe some arm circles, get a little shake of the arms, get them ready to go. Going in 20 seconds, I'm gonna reset our clock. Last Tabata of the day to make a full 45 minutes of high intensity interval training. We'd love to see it. 10 seconds, we're gonna go to tricep push-up to plank walk. Knees, toes, knees under hips, whatever you got. Hands underneath the shoulders. Let's go. And plank jack. Push up. Plank jack. Again, if you gotta drop to knees for the push-up and then come back up, that's cool too. Tapping option for the jack here. 1, 2. Awesome work, awesome work. Knees under hips works too. You can stick with the push-up if you want. You can go push-up, take it out, plank jack. Time. Take that rest. Next up, we've got a reverse fly. So again, we're gonna set the heels under the hips, hinge at the hips, bend at the knees, get the torso as close as you can to parallel to the ground. 3, 2, 1, go for it. So if you feel comfortable with this for the first time through, go ahead and speed it up. Still clench the fists, squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Whoo! I told you this one's sneaky. 13 seconds to go. The harder you squeeze your fists, the more your arms are gonna activate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have our plyo push-up. Plyo push-up. So we're working on a little bit of explosiveness today. Going in 6 seconds. Remember, knees, toes, knees under hips. You can also take the plyo out of it. Go. Push up, little hop. Doesn't have to be a big lift. Just enough to get a credit card under there. Here we go. Again, knees under hips option for the plyo. Now your breathing can help here. If you breathe out as you go for the plyo, it's gonna give you a little bit more explosiveness. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Awesome stuff. Next up, upper body pulse with the core. Laying on the back, planting the feet on the ground. Palms up towards the ceiling. Go for it. Take the shoulder blades off the mat and pulse. You're gonna feel heat pretty quickly in the upper core. Stay with it. Very important to breathe here. Nice work, nice work. Keep those palms facing up. Think about your chest going straight to the ceiling. Awesome work, awesome work. Almost there, almost there. And time. Take that 20 seconds of rest. Next up, we have our tabletop to bear crawl. So walking our feet in. I'm sorry, plank to bear crawl. You say plank to bear crawl, plank to tabletop, bunch of different things you can call it. 3, 2, 1. Starting in the plank position, Keeping the hips stable, walking the feet in, and then back out. Good stuff, good stuff. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Brace that core, pull belly button to spine. Nice job, nice job. And time. Flipping it over for some scissor kicks. We got our 20-second rest here. We are nearing the end, Tabata team. Remember, extra support for the lower back, hands go underneath. Go for it. Legs out as straight as they can be, and we're alternating those scissor kicks. Keep breathing, keep moving, as fast or slow as you need to go. Listen to your body. Almost there, almost there. Feel the lower core burn. Time. Great stuff. Next round, our second to last round. We got the commando, so plank to push up to a plank block. I said that in reverse every single time today. Push up to plank. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Down, up, take a walk. Down, up, take a walk. Knees, toes, or knees under hips here. And take a walk with the knees under hips. Awesome work, awesome work. Staying with it. We're almost there. Keep the hips and shoulders square. And time. We have reached our last Tabata exercise today. We've got the rotating plank, setting up with our forearms in an equal side. Alternating sides here. Go for it. Stepping back into a plank, whether that's on your knees or your toes. Open up to one side and then roll to the other. We're keeping our core braced. Belly button pulled to the spine. Hips stay level with the rest of the body. Don't send them too far up. Don't let them sag down. Stay with it, stay with it. Almost there, almost there. Time. Awesome work. I'm gonna stop my timer here. Let's do some stretching to finish it out. Whew. Finding a seat on your sits bones. One leg in, one leg out. Reach towards that toe. Get a good hamstring stretch. Whew. Getting the breath back together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Awesome, awesome work today. Switching the legs up. Make sure you refuel, hydrate, treat your body well. Give it some rest. You deserve it. All right, butterfly, pulling the feet in. Chest is nice and proud. Getting that breathing back under control. Stretching the hip flexors. We worked quite a bit of hip flexor today. We're gonna do a little figure 4 stretch. So one foot down. We're gonna take the other foot up and over. So kind of in this figure 4 here. Recline back. Try to keep that chest nice and proud even though we're in the stretch. This is a great one for the hip flexors. If you're feeling some tightness later, definitely recommend coming back to this stretch. Let's switch it up. Opening up the hips here. All right, coming up to a standing position. Last couple of stretches here. Cross one leg in front of the other. Take the arm over the side of the body. Stretch out the side of the body, IT band, oblique, serratus anterior, which is this muscle under the armpit. Very important for keeping your shoulder blades back and down. Switch it up here, other leg in front, arm reaches over. And we work some triceps today, so let's make sure to get a little tricep stretch. Elbow goes up, other arm is there to help it out. And switch sides. All right, big shake in the arms, neck circles, one way, the other way. Thank you so much for joining me today for Tabata. My name is Petey. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, whatever, feel free to shoot me an email at petersrx@bc.edu. Thank you so much for joining me today or whenever you're joining me. Appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your day.